Izibongo zokhozi FM olumaphikophiko. Isibhabhanyone esishama phiko phezulu kwegolden etheku. Inyoni endizele emafini kumkhathi wajama zonke izizwe zakhothama. Ukhozi onjengengudude phakuzisa amaphiko kwaqovumula izulu. Sizwile ihlewula ngezulu kaKE Masinga phansi eintabeni zasebhodwe. Yaphinde yabubula ngezulu kaBhodloza Nzimande elingenamkhawulo. Ishashalazi zeligida amatshitshi namajongosi. Lagida oLady D, lagida oDithi Ngwenya. Laphinde lagiya amaciko agiya ngombhobho njengesifwili. Ngisho izingcwethu ogcabale mbathathu manyathela no Kansas City Mchunu umfana omuhle nabonke abafana bakhona emhlabeni. Ndizanyoni emaphikophiko, ndizanyoni yesizwe ujubalale umhlaba wonke. Izibongo zokhozi FM sizibhalelwe umini yakhuba imbongikazi.
Hi there, igama lami nguSiya Mhlongo, siyakwamukela kuKhozi FM TV. Namhlanje nginesihambeli esi-wonderful, Mtaka Moh Mngadi. Sawubona njani?
I'm good, Magadama. How are you?
Ngiyaphila. Wazwa muhle, alikhe lamahala kuwena.
Thank you.
Une-stylist, singiyabuka ngamehlo enqobe ingabe wardrobe, noma une-closet, like your nails on fleek, your shoe, everything. Uvuka ngobani every day to prepare your look?
I'm always late, number one. I'm always late. Always
so,
late.
uhlala detention nengane?
Yeah, I do. Kodwa ngisuke ngimoto kusalayo.
So you don't have a stylist?
No, I don't. I put myself together.
Yeah.
I have a very good tailor. Yes. It's important to have a good tailor.
And with your full body, how comfortable are you ukuthi ngigqoka kanje and whatever indlela engibukeka ngayo I've accepted and comfortable ngayo? How long does it take for someone onomzimba njengowakho to get to that stage ngendlela agqoka ngayo? Am I being controversial by asking that?
No, you're not being controversial at all.
Yeah.
Because asifanana ngithi.
Yeah.
So there are some people who don't know their proportions. Some people, like myself, I'm very much aware of my proportions.
Yeah.
So I know it looks good on me. Like cropped.
Okay.
Yes. I have to have something cropped. I like flowy things, but at the same time I also like something fitted underneath.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no, it looks fantastic.
Thank you.
And sizibona ngama-weekend mawusendaweni.
Yes.
Ave wathola ama-invite ke futhi.
Bayangithanda
abantu, right?
Exactly.
Behave.
I am.
So sisanda kulontsha uKhozi FM TV ngicabanga ukuthi ngakusasa kwakulesihlanu kwakumgqibelo mhla ka2 ngathola iWhatsApp message eqhamuka kuMtaka Moh ethi ngicela ungimema kuKhozi FM TV. And what would you know, time has allowed because it's June, which means internationally we're celebrating Pride Month. Let me share a joke. I found it as a joke.
Yeah.
And you'll tell me if it's offensive. Elon Musk, I think it was 2 days before June started, so it must have been the 30th of May. Wa poster tornado isishingishane sinamaflegi LGBT kunomuntu obalekayo ethi it's coming.
The storm is coming.
Is that funny or offensive?
It's funny when you think of us, the LGBTQ community.
Yeah.
Ukuthi we are asibona nje abantu abangena kungenzakala lutho.
Yeah.
If I walk in nje you'll know ukuthi hayi usefile uMtaka Moh.
Usefikile ne?
Yes.
Nokuthi especially on Twitter, I've noticed ukuthi when the gay community mobilizes against the cause, especially someone offendayo,
so the tornado,
no one is going to win against that.
The tornado is very relevant. It's accurate. Well done to Elon Musk. Okay.
So I'm glad it's a joke to you.
I'm happy that she.
What causes that? Like for gay people or LGBTQI plus community to find each other and vouch for each other ngaleyo ndlela okuyiyona ku Twitter and in other circles, or is it really a reality la ngaphandle emiphakathini ukuthi to mobilize and say sindawonye no one is going to ukuthi asicindezele ngendlela esisicindezeleke ngayo kwazi kwaba yimanje?
It's a very good question. I think kuba uma sithola a cause that affects all of us, because you know unfortunately ngizoqala nje ngepoint that is not very light or very celebratory, rather, about gay and lesbian community. We are not very close, like
specifically gay and lesbian.
Gay.
Okay.
I can't really speak kakulu for
homosexual
the lesbian. I think homosexual speaks to both gay and lesbian.
Sure, okay.
But for gay community, we are very discriminative of each other. Like there's a lot of backbiting. But umokulma about umasiti unite. Cause. I know. Like, take for example, IGLASA, Gay and Lesbian Association of South Africa.
Yes.
We also have it here in Durban. Recently, in the recent years, Siya Saba no mfana uspa owabulawa kwaMash, and the gay and lesbian community stood up for that. So uma kukhona ikhozi njengaleyo angisho ukuthi asizwani, but sinako oh yes
uklasa
inhlalo jacket
uyithenge kuphi kabolile mhlawumbe. So iningizimu Afrika ngokucelebrate kwayo njengezwe October ngokuzwa kwami kwaba khona imarch ngomhla ka-13 October 1990 okwabe yokuqala nqa imarch yalolu hlobo eningizimu Afrika.
It was the first march. It was really a march addressed some apartheid issues. So it was a political march, as well as it was a march that was also addressing
social issues
like gay and lesbian
discrimination against gays.
It was actually a march to decriminalize gay or lesbian. It was a march that was headed by Simon Nicole and Justice Edwin Cameron.
Yes.
Because
I remember ngalezi ayikhathi i-homosexuality ngempela wawujivazeka ngempela emalokishini angizukulisho leli gama elalisetshenziswa elijivazayo ngilisho okay ngilisho ngenxa yokuthi uyangibuza ngilisho sisibhuti yakhumbula ukuthi bekungalelo gama emalokishini okay so igama elijivazayo elisithuko elingamukelekile kwi-community leyo angiphathi ke futhi makuzophinde kumantekane nama issues of HIV and AIDS kwakuvele kube into ongayazi.
And Simon Nicole was the first, or rather was one of the first people who came out as an HIV positive person. So he was an activist for gay rights, as well as he was an activist for HIV and AIDS rights.
Let's get to the business of today's discussion with you and I. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for having me.
Ukuthatha isinqumo empilweni. Like umuntu uzobona UMzamo njengamanje kuLesihlanu on Florida Road, wherever, wonderful, fabulous, living his best life, full of confidence. Angaqondi ukuthi there was a time and moment empilweni la khona, despite every adversity ingcindezi oyibhekene nayo, wathi ngizoba uMtaka Moh, ngizoba UMzamo. Akukhathaleki ukuthi ubani ozongicindezela, but ngiyakhetha ukuthi ngizoyiphila lempilo, sengiyaqhubeka ngiyaphambili ngizozamukela. Futhi ngisho noma ngingakazamukeli mina wonke ngendlela, as I go along I trust ukuthi ngizozamukela. Was there a specific moment in time like that for wena empilweni?
Well, it's been very recent. Akuyona into eyenzeke ngisemncane noma into eyenzeke mhlawumbe sengi-young adult, into eyenzeke recently. Well, I still am a young adult.
Yes, you're very young. He's very young, by the way.
And I look young too.
And do we refer to you as a he or a she?
My pronouns are definitely he, him, his.
Okay, cool.
Yes,
because I can get umuntu ofana nawe ncamashi that carries themselves like you ncamashi, kodwa prefer ukuthi sithi her, she.
No, and that's the thing about homosexuality, but we'll get into that. It's so broad, you know. You would think because I look feminine, I do my hair, I do in zipo, I dress how I dress. You would automatically assume I'm a transgender. I'm not. I'm very much aware that I'm a male and I'm happy in my male body. However, to get to the point where usu is a temba and usu it takes many years. And I also think tata a certain degree of kuhlukumezeka futhi because bengikhuluma nomngani wami recently and ngithi kuyena, you know, I'm so happy for him because obviously ukhule in a space where he was reassured of who he is. He was given love and acceptance. And there are certain things ezenzeka empilweni yomuntu uma umuntu ekhula enalezo zinto lezo where they are reassured and they are affirmed, much like what pride is. Pride is the consciousness of umuntu's dignity, you know, is to conscientize us of people's dignity. And that is what the gay pride is also about. It's about uplifting ourselves, loving ourselves. It takes many years. You know, for me, I've gone through so many trials, but I've come to a place in my life where I don't give
Where have most of those trials been? Have they been at home? Have they been at church, in the work area, in your social groups? Where have most of them been?
I smile because now you're getting into the business. Church at some point.
Yeah.
Family at some point. Community, society, that will always be. That will always remain because you find so many people laba abafuna ukuthi kube ngazuthi abasidingi kodwa futhi mase kuhlwile eminyaka bayasidinga.
That's where the term after 9 comes.
After 9 comes in there.
Yeah.
So for me nanje sengikuleyo ndawo where I just either uyangithanda,
yeah,
or ungithanda, it's either you love me or you leave me.
I must ask you this though. Is there a contrast, mhlambe, in the sense that you put out so much confidence, fabulous, tongue in cheek?
Yes.
Yabo. Is it like something yoguti, I'm broken inside, I'm insecure, I'm inadequate, mangingedwa, but when I'm out there, let me bring this person out?
It's a shield.
Out. Really?
It's a shield.
It's a defense mechanism.
It's a defense mechanism.
Wow.
Because
so you're not giving us your true self? Is that what you're saying?
I'm giving you a portion of my true self.
Right.
Because Pela, there are years of damage. There's ineminyaka einhlungu.
Yeah.
You know, ukuthi noma uhleli vele kubuye esikhaleni uzithola usuphatheka kabuhlungu. Thinking about the things, the journey, the things that happened along the way.
Yeah.
Yabo. Ezinye uyakwazi ukuyireconcile uxole.
Yeah.
Okunye it remains kuyisilonda nje, you know, esingafuni ukuphola.
Yeah.
But it's not that I'm giving off.
You're not fake. You're not phony.
No. This is me.
Yeah.
And this is how I've always been.
But maybe you overcompensate because
probably
of, you know, the negative.
Probably. I mean, when you say overcompensate, it's a bit of a touching word.
Okay.
I don't do nails, hair, you know, rings because maybe I'm overcompensating. Yeah. Yes, it is a shield.
Right.
Because it's almost okay. If I looked like a mess.
Yeah.
If I was, yes, I mean, Tanda is not a defense mechanism.
Right.
But what I think we are both saying is that when you push as much as I do to look your best, it's that then there's really no room to wiggle for abantu.
Look, that is very common, especially from conversations and testimonies I've heard from other people within the community. Yoguti, ngenxa yoguti sicindezelwe, sanyanywa, sathukwa, sachivazwa so many times. Umuzbuka uba nento yoguti, ngenxa yoguti ngiyilutho angithole lento eyodwa ezongenza ngi-excel so much that it makes up ukuze when I show up endaweni lento engiyenzayo ngu-best wayo.
Angithi ngakho njena, so many people who are gay and lesbian are so successful.
Yeah, and they
it's
excel
very rare
in
to find a gay person or who has got no accolades.
Yeah.
It's very, very rare because it's almost like we are making up for something. It's almost like
so when you stand on that podium and you are awarded lowo mklomelo Mzamo, what's going on inside? I'm really, really happy because I've done it and I've been looking forward to it, or you are haunted by that thing. But the truth is, I was only doing this because I wanted to show myself worthy in a certain platform.
I hear you on both sides.
Yeah.
However, I think what's going on inside, or maybe for me, what was going on inside was I can't believe I got here.
Okay.
Because I've been cancelled so much. I've been told that I'm invalid.
Yeah.
Something is wrong with you. You're a demon.
An animal.
You know, and it's disgusting. That word, you know. So when you're walking up there, it's like, wow, this is really me.
Yeah.
Besides even education, where when you just accomplish things, you know, there's this thing that you feel.
Yeah.
Yes. Baby,
yeah.
Yeah. So that's why you'll find so many people who are gay and lesbian are very much successful.
Let me go this route now, njengamabom. Do you find, I often hear women, straight ladies, say, "Guti, yazi ukuthi abantu besilisa banayo lento ye-patriarchy ba-industry, kodwa nathi thina abantu besifazane siyacindezelana sodwa." Do you find that with the gay community, the LGBTQ community?
Definitely.
Especially in the entertainment space?
Maybe let me not go into entertainment space. Maybe,
why not?
I'll get there.
Okay.
Well, I mean, entertainment is easy.
Okay.
When you are a threat, when you have a big personality like I do, maybe if my friend who's an entertainer is probably threatened by me, and yet I'm not even trying to come into your space.
Okay.
I'm just being Mtaka Moh.
Yeah.
And then when you suddenly feel like, no, I'm the only...
Issue. You call it disclaimer, the show, so go ahead.
I'm the only gay in this certain space, so I don't want Mtaka Moh to come in because man, he will fog my lights. However, besides even there, you're in the gay community. Kuningi ukucwasana. Kuningi njengoba bengikhuluma about ukuthi uma ngikubuka ungiklase yabo njengoba ngithi ngeke uzungene.
Would you like to drink from my cup?
I would.
Sorry.
Control.
Please continue with the train of thought.
Thank you. Njengoba ngisho ukuthi it's very prevalent in our community. Ukuthi sibukelana phansi. For example, I'm going to make a very lame example. If you are a gay person who looks like me, when I say who looks like me, it's very difficult in the gay community to find love as a fat gay person.
Okay.
It's very difficult because you have to look a certain way. You know, in order to be acceptable. But then comes Mtaka Moh. Because I'm confident, I dress well, I smell good, I do, right?
Really? Yeah. No, you do, I'm kidding.
Thank you. So, maybe it becomes easier for Mtaka Moh. But it's not easy for just any and everyone.
So, your group, your circle, most of the time, hardly will be abantu abanje ngawe. Hardly. Or can
unpack that.
Just because of those dynamics, now, because kuzobe bickering, banter,
yes. I don't have many gay friends.
Okay.
And that is a deliberate decision. Because of all of those things of I mean, girls do that as well. In fact, I mean, I love them, but I don't love them. I prefer to be around boys. For many different reasons. For many different reasons.
Some shall not be mentioned.
But because I'm avoiding that, I don't know what's in me now. And it's so unfortunate because I like to think of myself as a mundo genuine. What you see is what you get.
Let's go back to church. I see videos, you know, and with this example, I'm not zooming into your specific denomination or faith group. Because it's really not about any of that.
No, it's not.
I see videos of yourself, you know, videos of yourself in a women's conference, you know, fully expressing yourself like the rest of the women in the room. For a gay person like you, I mean, do you see abantu backside aya, you know, ukuthi hey Nkosi yami ngoba isenkonzweni yini lana leli demon. How do you assure yourself and uthi noma uyibona lezo zinto kodwa uthi ngizohlala and I'm going to be blessed in this room?
I've come from that. What do I mean? I come from feeling uncomfortable because you can see their eyes on you because you're not dressed how a boy is supposed to dress. You aren't probably walking how a man is supposed to walk. Your hair doesn't look like abanye abafana. So I've come from that. And my love of Christ is too much to care at this point.
Amen.
There was a point where I questioned, does God love me? Because the scripture as well also speaks about...
there are portions of scripture
I mean,
that are very, very homophobic,
Even though the scripture doesn't really say that God does not love people who are gay. It speaks to the act.
Well,
it's difficult because...
I wouldn't want to be doctrinal, but this is about you. I'm not going to say I agree or disagree.
So, why am I saying that? Christians are very good at using the Bible to push a certain agenda of theirs.
Yeah.
The Bible speaks about a lot of things, but we always, or rather we'll find some Christians to always highlight homosexuality in the Bible. It's as if it's the primary sin, or rather the tertiary sin, let's say that. Yes.
The PhD sin.
The PhD sin, you see. But for me, it came with years. You don't just get to Leon Dawi, you are confident now and nothing can move you. I'll figure up. It comes with and I'm happy to say today, I'm in a wonderful, wonderful space in church spiritually.
Sihleli noMzamo Mngadi, Mtaka Moh, asithemba ukuthi khona okufundayo, also some inspiration usahleli lapha ekhaya from le ngxoxo esinayo. Masibuya, ngifuna ke sikhulume nge-gay privilege. Ukuthi khona yini kwabanye abantu, ngabe ihamba ibanga elingakanani emiphakathini ukuthi kube khona abamukelwayo, kodwa futhi abafana nabo laba abanye bangamukeleki. Siyabuya.
Hola wethu, siyabingelela ke ekhaya la ukhona ubukele kamnandi Ukhozi FM TV. Utshathelo kanye noSel Beyonce ukuphela 3 to 6 Monday to Friday. Woza nabangani bakho.
Iyodwa kuphela into esicelayo kuwena ukuthi uze nabangani bakho njalo ngomsombuluko kuya kuLesihlanu phakathi kwawo u3 to 6. Come into a fast-paced world la khona sikubeka at the edge of your seat. Sikunike edutainment, infotainment kumnandi ngendlela esimangaliso. We driving you home Monday to Friday.
Sikuthandani.
Ingxenye yokugcina la sihleli khona noMzamo Mtaka Moh Mngadi. Uthisha. Ngangabona ku Instagram enye video kukhona nje into eyayijoke eklasini. Wawenza ilokho nje i-selfie. Wasuthi wayikhomba lengane
wathi ijinya mdabuke kakhulu. So on that day so every day I try and mix it up.
Okay.
So on that day I wore a distressed jean. We call it a distress jean.
Yes,
it's called distress.
Okay.
So it had my ribs aisle, but I tried to wear like an oversized white shirt to cover it up a bit.
Okay.
So we should say her name. I actually remember her name, but I'm not gonna say it.
Yeah.
She said, "I say it. I was like, excuse me, honey.
Don't come for me.
Don't come for me when I was sent for you, girl." So there was a big joke in the class.
Yeah.
And then so I decided to make a video of it.
Oh, wow. No, it was great. Yeah. And I see sometimes where you take from some of the literature. I think it was one of the movies. Is it The Color Purple?
It is.
Like it line for line. What?
Oh, my God. Come home, Harpo.
Yeah. I love that. So, ingane ziyakuthanda. Ama colleagues wona ayimukela kanjani leyo nto ukuthi you're going to be fabulous like that to your students.
My kids love me and I love them, but obviously my love for them doesn't mean that
boundaries.
Yes,
there's boundaries
and respect, and because if I don't create that, then we won't have any learning happening. But I remember when I first came, my principal at that time was our kids they're not used to anyone who looks like you. And I said, what do you mean? And she said,
as if I was with you.
Yes, what? Well, I mean, for example, Mr. Mngadi, how you dressed? I'm like, no, don't worry, they'll get used to it.
Yeah, kajalo.
I think she thought she'd throw me off and I'd be like, oh no, I'll change. I just told her they'll get used to it.
Yeah. Do you think that's another sort of foot of authority, maybe just for lack of a better word, authority, as a gay person somewhere out there in some industry?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's so funny, on my way here, I'm thinking of one of my very good friends and associates. Sometimes in Pilo nje.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay.
Because if maybe if I'd said, oh okay, ma'am, I'll change.
Yeah.
Of which they do.
A staff room?
A staff room. But I don't spend a lot of time in the staff room.
All right.
I spend a lot of time in my classroom.
In the class.
Yes, I think
Yeah.
So for me, my kids are really what keep me, excited and yeah.
Let's be spicy. There's some women out there that really feel a disservice, to a point even of hate, who may have not always been homophobic. Kodwa ngenxa yokuthi some gay guys have been taking their men one by one.
Uyajabula bona nothi ba uJehova create umuntu amfaka umuntu othile kwathi uzayelwa yena.
Wow. Like is that it? Is that all you're going to say about that?
Fact when
yeah.
Like it wasn't. You know what? Let me tell you a story.
Right.
I love telling stories. I'm an educator. So once upon a time, there was a person who lived a distance away from where we live.
Okay.
And this person would travel a distance to come to where we live.
Yeah.
To see someone. And so, to cut a long story short, eventually, lo muntu kanti lontuzile. And then ulontuza wakhe wabe sefoyela lo muntu lo ovashelwayo for a distance away.
Oh, akuwena lo vashelayo manje uyasho nje.
Asiqhubeke nje. Kusho ukuthi wabe esefonela
lo
muntu
specification of characters.
Uma esefonela umuntu othile athi, "Oh, bengifuna ukuzwa ukuthi umuntu wesilisa umuntu wesifazane." Bese lo muntu ovashelwayo athi, "Umuzwa wena uzwe ngathi ngiyini?" Athi, "Hayi ngizwa ngathi umuntu wesilisa." Bese umuntu wesilisa bese athi, "Ngandla uyeke bandla ukufonela usibanibani and ngicela ukuthi uyeke ukuthi umthumele le message wathumela." Lo muntu athile bese sethi lo muntu oluntujile. Inkinga ukuthi ukhuluma nomuntu wrong. Umuntu othile ohlala lapho ohamba yonke leyo ndlela azobona lo muntu la. So ke sisi odiniwe ukuthi indoda yakho kanjani manje sizonto itabane ayibo okahle.
To a point that even sometimes I've been told that women are willing to compromise. Uguti, if my man is going to provide what I need provision for, aphinde futhi ashebe enze things with other men, because kubi kangaka ngizosala sengimthatha.
Listen, I'm not promoting anything.
Yeah.
But at the same time, uzokhompisa njani nelokhuza wena unelontunja? Uzokhompisa njani? I mean, I'm not promoting anything, but I'm just saying it's something that is happening.
Yeah. It
has been happening, and it's probably going to continue happening.
Yeah.
So
let's bring it to a close with something serious. It's International Gay Pride Month internationally. Some issues in South Africa. Ngiyazi ke wakhuluma earlier about ukuthi one issue is kunakulungahokelelani nje okusubtle okukhona phakathi kwama-gays nama-lesbian. Are there other issues mhlambe that would represent the other letters of the LGBTQI+? Mhlambe ezinye zezinto nje ongafuni ukuyibalula.
Well, in terms of gays and lesbians, I think it's just misunderstandings, It's not really that that's Zwani.
Yeah, I got it. It didn't get lost in translation.
Yes.
Yeah.
However, it's transgender.
I love that story, by the way.
Which story?
That story with the 3 characters.
Oh, yes. It's a transgender.
Yeah.
It's I think transgender people have it very hard.
While you're there,
yes.
Do you drag?
Never.
Okay.
But again,
what would you say if someone said indlela ogqoka ngayo is dragging?
I would say that person needs education.
Okay.
Because, like I said in the beginning, my pronouns are him, he, his.
Okay.
So it's how I identify.
Oh, so the definition is reliant on pronouns.
Yes.
Ah, got it.
But it's also reliant on how do you identify.
Okay.
I don't identify as a woman. And I don't identify as a man trapped, or rather, as a woman trapped in a man's body.
Ah.
I identify as a male.
Yeah.
I don't identify. Let me make a correction. I'm not a man. I'm a male.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Transgender.
I'm a male. I'm not transgender.
No. Back to that conversation.
Back to transgender. Yes. Yeah. So transgender, like we just spoke right now.
Yeah.
That is one part of the LGBTQIA+, that is...
There's an A?
Yes.
Stands for?
Asexual.
First time hearing of it.
Asexual is just people who don't really identify.
I thought that was the plus.
Yes, plus is also queer.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. And questioning.
Yeah.
And ukulo.
And fluid.
And fluid.
Yeah.
And them, they.
Yeah.
Yes.
Jeez. Okay. Wow. Okay.
It goes back to what I said about the friend of mine who always said to me, Mzamo, don't box people because it's so broad. I mean, even people who have kids but they're gay, it's so broad, you know.
Yeah.
So
transgender.
Back to
Let's
transgender.
finish this point.
Well, transgender, like we just spoke about me. If you look at me, someone would say, "Oh, he's a transgender." I remember I had an argument with certain friends because they had invited someone else, and we were debating. Asking you transgender.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm not transgender, you know. So also I was saying they have it very hard. I remember there was a video that was circulating of a transgender and why is klabini kusho say phuzele nkosi yami and then kusho wahlala wathi kwabe seku
wahlala wathini kwase bekuthini
phela wahlala njenge
okay
yes and the wangahlala njengami kanje
okay
wahlala yena
akahlala ngentombi
wahlala wakhululeka kwabe seku lokhuza ilo ntunja and then so that video was circulating
right.
I remember watching this video and I was like, yo, I can't post this.
Yeah.
Because I know a few people who are transgender and I don't know how, when they look at my social media, they will feel. Yeah. You know, transgender people are almost viewed as a joke, you know, because at the end of the day, some of them, they're transgender and they choose to stay in their male bodies. If you know of TS medicine in the US,
yes.
She is transgender. Her pronouns are she, her, and...
Yeah.
Exactly. But she decided to keep her genitals.
Oh, okay.
She did the whole process.
Right.
The whole sex change. But she said she's not going to remove her genitals.
Okay.
Yes. So, but it also goes back to education. We need to learn so much about umuntu transgender and people who want to be transgender.
Do you like family? Would you consider surrogacy?
You know what? This is a question that I'm getting so much these days. Guys, but, you know, sometimes I'm very much, I wonder how my child would look. I do wonder. But...
the responsibility thereof, not yet. Not when there's so much groove to go to.
And so much clothes to make. If I can't provide what my own parents provided for me, then I'm not going to go there.
Someone said our children should start where we end.
Yes.
Not start where we started.
Yes, exactly. That's so true.
Yeah. Let's say goodbye. But girl, you're a Beyonce fan.
I am, and a Bonang fan.
What is it about those two that is such an inspiration and attraction for the LGBTIQ plus A, especially gay, when I've never, ever heard them saying, I'm for you?
I think it's what they represent.
Okay, which is?
They represent fierceness, strength, beauty, which is what we love.
Perfection?
Perfection. Because there's a lot of pressure to be perfect.
Extreme perfection?
Extreme perfection.
Maybe?
Maybe even because they're also extremists, you know? Because there's a lot of pressure to be perfect in the gay community. And when I say the gay community, maybe I'm talking about the mainstream gay community. Because earlier we spoke about people who aren't really, you know, in the mainstream.
Yeah.
You know? So there's a lot of pressure to be perfect. Perfect body, perfect life,
I get
perfect
it.
clothes.
I get it.
Even though we aren't so perfect.
How many times have you watched Homecoming?
Yeah, I've lost count. I watched it before I had Netflix on YouTube, and it's one of the arguments or the fights that my mom and I have had because she pays for Wi-Fi. Why is Wi-Fi?
Why doesn't she just uncap it?
Yeah, that's so true.
Yeah,
it's uncapped. Phela it's kokulo mdala.
Ayibo ucomplaina ngento engekho.
I think lo option abamniki yona ka.
Oh, is it? Angeke sicela leyo service provider ishintshe manje. Yeah. Which Beyonce song speaks the sentiments of your heart for a specific episode or season of your life?
I was here. I lived. I loved. I was here. I want to be remembered by someone, and as someone who stood for their rights.
Yeah.
Who stood for their truth.
Yeah.
You know, like I said, I went to education because I wanted to be that person for someone's child.
Yeah.
So I was here, honey.
Who was that said, we came, we saw, we conquered?
Exactly.
And Mtaka Moh came, we saw her, saw him. I'm sorry.
You know?
I'm so sorry.
Especially election.
Yeah?
Yo, I think say, yeah, girl.
I'm so sorry.
I'm like, angena nje girl mina.
Uvela ungachazeki inhlobo.
And lapho uqeda nje sengichaza uqedile. Ngithi nangena girl.
UMzamo was here. Mtaka Moh was here. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for having me.
Great conversation. I really enjoyed it.
So much fun.
Social media still ukubona.
Oh, Mtaka Moh. Just Mtaka Moh.
Mtaka Moh. Yes. Everywhere.
MTAK.
Yeah.
AMOH. Or if you search Mzamo Mngadi, it's easy to find me.
Let me speak to you now as a man of God.
Man of God.
I'd like to see you on a platform like this of your own.
I've been trying, and you, my darling, have been a huge agent towards that, and I really appreciate that, Siya.
No, please manifest that.
There are so many people that, who don't want us to get to where we want to go.
There are so many people who know that they are for entertainment, they are for show business, stuck in corporate or conflicted by corporate. Yeah. And sometimes, because of education, it can create, should I go, should I stay?
I should.
Yeah.
I mean, I know this is my calling.
Yeah.
I know it. But in due time,
I
don't believe in forcing things. I remember I was hosting at a certain event, like at December, that happens every year. And there's this guy who came up to me and said, "Oh, Mom, Mtaka Moh." I was so shocked that a heterosexual man did that. He screamed at the top of his lungs. And I was so overwhelmed.
Wow.
And he said, "You know what? If there's one person who should be at the top, it's you, but Mtaka Moh."
Who should be at the top? I disagree.
I actually disagree with him now that I think about it. But he then said, "Easy come, easy go."
Yeah.
So in due time.
In due time.
Yes.
Sibonga kakhulu ukuthi ubukele besihleli noMtaka Moh. Siyabonga kakhulu ukukhumbule lo buso, uyikhumbule le program, ubatshele futhi nabanye Ukhozi FM TV.
Okay.
Until next time, sibonga kakhulu sophinde sibonane.